Although Mortal Kombat 2 may not be doing very well at the box office, one wonders if the video game movie adaptation era is going to replace the superhero movie era. It's been a conversation for some time now, and I think that it's inevitable. Hollywood is going to be looking for new markets and fertile ground to exploit. Of course, movies based on video games are nothing new. We had a few in the 90s and early 2000s, including a Street Fighter movie from 1994, a dreadful Super Mario Bros. Movie from 1993, Wing Commander from 1999, and then the two Tomb Raider movies from 2001 and 2003. After that, you had films based on the Resident Evil franchise, Final Fantasy, Max Payne, and Doom. But there's been an explosion in recent years of films based on video games, like the highly successful Super Mario Bros. Film, the animated version, the Sonic the Hedgehog film series, Angry Birds, Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, Warcraft, a Minecraft movie, another Tomb Raider movie, Uncharted, Five Nights at Freddy's, and another Street Fighter movie is on the way. It's just going on and on now, and yes, I've left out quite a few because the list is becoming enormous. It seems that while the superhero movie genre slowly starts to decline in popularity and box office profitability, the video game movie genre has been gradually building momentum. Expect lots more adaptations of video games in the future. A Sonic 4 is on the way. Another Resident Evil film is coming this year. The Angry Birds 3 is coming out at Christmas. The Legend of Zelda movie will be released next year. And just recently, a new Minecraft movie has been announced, Minecraft Squared. And I fully expect the third film in the franchise to be called A Minecraft Movie Cubed, which seems appropriate given the subject matter. Obviously, big video game franchises have huge audiences, and they're especially lucrative given the sheer scale and commercial significance of the video game industry. Big video game franchise titles are generally not cheap, so Hollywood knows that gamers have disposable income. Moreover, even films based on more casual mobile games can be turned into films as well. For example, with the Angry Birds films. So there's huge potential there. There's huge potential for films based on video games. The films have to work on two levels. They have to please hardcore gamer fans, while also speaking to casual cinema goers who know nothing about the games they're based on. And that's no different for any movie based on a novel or a comic book. First and foremost, the film has to be good. I think general audiences have seen just about every type of superhero movie at this point. It seems that almost every type of superhero story you can think of has been told. Of course, there will always be new superhero movies. There's still a market for them. But their dominance at the box office, their ubiquity, I think that appears to be coming to an end. That's in decline now. And I expect less superhero movies in the future. Perhaps the box office will now be dominated by movies based on video games for some time. And it's not just the decline of the superhero genre. Other big movie franchises have been done to death. And I think audiences are ready for something new. I think they're ready for something new. The video game genre represents a departure and a new frontier for storytelling. And speaking of other franchises, sci-fi, for example, Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu, it's plummeted at the box office in its second weekend. It wasn't off to a good start anyway. But looking here at Box Office Mojo, at the 4-day Memorial Day weekend, so that's the opening weekend for the film in America, you can see that the film made $98 million in those opening 4 days. Well, today, at the time of making this video, we now have the 3-day second weekend result. So again, the first 3 days of weekend one made $81 million. So that's Friday to Sunday. The second weekend, Friday to Sunday for the second weekend, is now in, and the film brought in just $25 million, which is a decline of 69% from weekend one to weekend two, if you just look at the first 3 days of each weekend. So this is massive. It's a massive decline. And look, it's not unexpected. The film is so incredibly average and feels much like fixture fulfillment to me. And I try not to use the word slop too often, because these days it is a bit overused and it doesn't always apply. It's quite a subjective assessment of a film. But slop to me really means a film that feels like a by the numbers exercise, an unimaginative, derivative film that feels like it came off an assembly line, you know? So that to me is what The Mandalorian and Grogu kind of feels like. And I think that's the reason why it's in the situation it's in at the box office. Now, there have been plenty of bad video game movie adaptations over the years, but Hollywood is at least taking the genre much more seriously now and recognizing the huge potential that these kinds of films can represent. So you can expect new movie franchises based on the most popular video games dominating Hollywood before too long. The superhero genre, which was mostly DC and Marvel-based films, it's unlikely to return to its former glory. The DCEU was retired because it wasn't working out. I generally liked it. I wanted to see more, but I understand. It wasn't profitable enough. It was very expensive and the films just weren't bringing in the money. So they launched the DCU after retiring the DCEU. But the DCU doesn't look like it's off to a very good start. Superman didn't break even last year. And Supergirl doesn't look like it's shaping up to be very much either. We shall see. And the MCU, which has been the most dominant superhero series for several years now, it's been in decline for a while. And I think it's now coasting on nostalgia for its best days. It's perhaps relying too heavily on its hardcore audience, which is why the upcoming Avengers Doomsday is all about callbacks, cameos, and member berries. But the video game industry represents untapped potential, possibility, something new, something novel. It's not all going to work out. It's not all going to be gold, of course. But the likes of the recent Super Mario Brothers film, the Sonic the Hedgehog films, and a Minecraft movie all demonstrate, they all show us that the financial successes are becoming more frequent. They show us the potential. And I think we're going to see much more of that as this genre gains momentum in the Hollywood film industry. So yeah, that's the reason why I think that the superhero movie genre is going to be surpassed by the video game movie genre. That's going to do it for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the Dave Cullen Show channel. Hit that notification bell to be notified of future updates. Hit that like button, share the video out there. Take care, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.